got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love. One love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. They ain't doing nothing. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause I'm money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you, real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we're coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning. So watch out, cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love. One love. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, Beaches, Booshes, Bustas, Hustlers, and Yo-Hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you beaches. All right, fam, welcome to the show. Welcome to 3353. How's everyone doing today? Let's jump right into the show. Hit the like button. We're live on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole. And of course, check out the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed the show. Today, we also have an overtime segment for members. We got some throwback DWG and some brand new Balls Deep edits. You could join the Swole fam. We got specials going on right now over at swolenormousx.com. That being said, today is the Fefcast. Fuck 'em Friday. Time to block out, unsubscribe, and cull your community. Time to lock shit down. We got, obviously, really nice and sharp. For some reason, it's not focusing anymore. Who gives a shit? Hashtag Fef. Drop that in the comments down below for a chance to win. There we go. For a chance to win today's Swole card. Hashtag Fef. It's a beautiful one. Reminding you today, especially, to focus on your community. Make sure that you are tightening up your inner circle. That way you can make some amazing gains. You know what I'm saying? Aww. Now let's get on into that tip, fam. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, first one we got is from Daniel.
What's in the box?
From inside the Swarm app, Daniel says, "What up, fam? I've been working my way back slowly since being off training due to injuries. I finally feel like I can start going for a filthy pump in the gym again. I'm going to restart Swole season tomorrow. Today was an active recovery day, and I'm looking forward to getting up and hitting the weights again after a couple months." Good for you. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Daniel's back. Daniel-san. Daniel-san is back. We got this one from John. John says, "Just spent the weekend with my 70-something's parents at their retirement home. I have more motivation than ever to get and stay fit, starting mobility Tuesday, and the 90-day dash starts on Wednesday. Assuming ibuprofen will be my friend for a few days, why not Monday? I have an 8-hour drive to get back home." Okay. Not really comprehending all of that here, but please do not. I feel like we read this yesterday or something. We talked about ibuprofen. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But don't be taking ibuprofen. That stuff is poison. Don't take that shit. Please do not be sucking down that crap. All right. Well, glad to hear it. And spending time with older people that made poor life choices is a great way to inspire you to take better care of yourself, because now is the only time that matters, especially for the future. Mark says, "Wanted to share this really quick because I thought it was funny. I'm at work and a customer comes in, points at me and says, 'Steroids?' Took me a second and I said, 'No, it's just a solid training and recovery routine as well as eating nutrient-dense food.' He then started listing different types of anabolic roids and other stuff, to which I said no. He gave me a look and said, quote, 'Okay, if you say so.' Insert Matt Damon soundboard here. I got you.
Matt Damon.
Personally, I don't think I look like I take anything, but I'll take the assumption as a compliment, as you should. And most people think that anyone that has results is on steroids because they are fat and lazy. And of course, no one can be doing anything with good lifestyle habits. It has to be something that is, it has to be something that's dangerous. It has to be something that they're taking. They're taking something, and that's why they have results. I get comments all the time like, "Okay, this guy, stop yelling at people. If you weren't taking so many roids, you wouldn't be yelling at people." I'm not taking anabolic steroids. I just take care of my fucking health and I lift heavy. And I've been doing it for 25 years and no one wants to do that. And plus there's a lot of liars and cheaters online. A lot of people say that they're not when they are. And I always tell you guys, if I was going to do TRT or something, I'd just tell you. Why would you hide it? It's just a weird thing to lie about. All right, let's get into some questions. Drop in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. We'll load up Instagram. Hopefully we can get some more vegan tears or some liberal tears. We can hurt some feelings maybe with this shirt, hopefully. And let's see, we got some questions. Drop in the comments. Dr. Mojica. Papaswolio, greetings. How much cardio do you recommend for cutting season? That's irrelevant. It's going to come down to your nutrition and your training habits. I don't think you should be doing bulking or cutting season. You should be focusing on building muscle, maintaining your strength, and improving your strength, because if you're not building muscle, you are losing muscle. There's no such thing as maintaining muscle. We talk about that a lot. Okay, so cardio is kind of like, all right, go for a walk, do some stuff, but you don't want to be losing muscle, so make sure that's more important. It's the training and the nutrition. The cardio is like a seasoning. It's not required for getting leaner. Tommy Atanasio. When was your last cheat meal? I don't know. I don't cheat. I don't think about, I don't do things a certain way so I can fuck off and destroy my progress and destroy my body. So I take care of myself all the time. I eat delicious food. I have no desire to cheat because I eat nutrient-dense food and it's amazing. So if you're eating properly and you have a good environment and you understand the purpose of what you're doing, you don't want to eat poison. Just makes sense. Amazing. So if you're eating properly and you have a good environment and you understand the purpose of what you're doing, you don't want to eat poison. Drop them in the comments. Papa Swolio, can't go to the gym because I refuse to get the jab. Do you get results with home workouts? Is that a thing? Are they requiring, where do you live that requires a gene therapy injection? Well, good for you. Don't get that poison in your body. That's for one thing. You can get great results with home workouts if you have weights. You could build out a home gym. If you live in a country or you live somewhere or you go to a gym, go to a different gym or get the fuck out of that authoritarian state. That's my recommendation. Mishad, Papa Swolio. 4-time knee surgery, hard to get back. Any advice? yeah, take care of yourself. Practice yoga and mobility and strengthen your knees. Hard to get back. You're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do the proper training to strengthen your knees. Okay, moving right along. Olyar Slow. Papa Swole. Hi, is it good to train one group muscle at a time? Not for a day, not a bro split. It works. Bro splits work with more volume. It's just you want a little bit more frequency. So you're better off doing some kind of a split where you're training body parts twice a week. So in my opinion, in my experience, the most you really want to expand a program is to like a push-pull legs, which totally works. Totally works. Depends on the volume you're doing. Frequency is great to a point. Personally, I don't like doing, I've done full body. I've done like one set every other day. It's just not enough. I prefer multiple sets. So I'll do upper, lower, or like a push-pull legs. I just think it's a better overall approach. So you're just not getting the frequency. If you're doing one muscle group at a time, I hope you're not doing just like a bicep day. Even an arm day is a waste of time because arms don't need a lot of volume and you can just do a push and pull workout and throw in triceps or biceps or an upper body day. So you don't need a lot of volume. You just need progressive overload. And so when you say it's good, I mean, you can, but I wouldn't extrapolate that to like a bicep day or a shoulder day. That's just not necessary. So you want more frequency. Frequency is important. Let's see here. Robert Marano, best pre and protein powder if you use them. Pre-workout is whatever you take. So it could be food. It could be some sort of concoction that you make yourself. So I make my own pre-workout. I don't take any particular product because I want to get the active ingredients and I don't want the artificial sweeteners and stimulants and crap that they put in these pre-workouts, which is overcharged trash in my opinion. Protein powder, get yourself a nice grass-fed and finished whey protein. I like Nature Force. I have it in the Amazon store. You can buy it on Amazon. And I take collagen too. I eat a lot of steak, eggs, raw dairy. It's good stuff. Joanna on Instagram, creatine tabs good? Just get a creatine powder. I don't take tablets or pills. I think you're overpaying for that kind of stuff. Just get a good quality creatine. Usually Creapure is what I use. And it's not a brand, but it's a manufactured, patented form of creatine, I believe. I think it's made in Germany. But anyway, get a quality creatine monohydrate. You don't need anything fancy about it. Let's see. PK, I was watching a courtroom live this morning, and the judge was literally waiving 40 hours of community service if the criminal would show proof of jab. Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Hey, if you get this experimental injection, you don't have to do community service. Yeah, that'll change everything. That'll solve the problem. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are watching, I mean, how many of you on, Swole Fam, I think I mentioned the other day, I did a video on YouTube about the injections and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know this, but they hid it on YouTube. So if you load up my page and you scroll through the recent videos, I saw this, I documented, I recorded it. They hid the video. So obviously it doesn't have a lot of views relative to the other ones I've been posting. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And of course, we posted on Facebook too, and people are like, well, I mean, if you're not an immunologist, you're not blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you don't need to, it's actually better if you don't go to school for 5 or 10 years to be brainwashed and to be manipulated into parroting bullshit. Just use logic and common sense. And that's the problem. And when you realize that when you talk to a doctor, okay, I'm not saying all doctors, but doctors are told what to say. Doctors are programmed and they have to say certain things to maintain their licenses, X, Y, and Z, or you're out of the system. And the problem is most of these doctors, I know I've trained doctors. When I was doing like one-on-one training, I've trained doctors and they might know certain things about certain things, but they're fucking retarded about health. They're retarded about fitness. They don't know anything about nutrition. I'm saying nothing. They're not taught it. They don't know anything. So you're going to trust them on this thing, but they're fucking retards. They're retards with their investing. They're retards with their nutrition. They're retards with training. So you have to extrapolate These people do not know how to objectively think. They do not know how to use their brains. They know how to parrot. Oh, they got 3 letters after their name. It doesn't matter. The same thing with personal training. Well, this person has a degree. This person has a certification. You can take these certifications online. It doesn't mean you know what the fuck you're talking about. Most people that have degrees and stuff are idiots. They're not educated. They're indoctrinated. So you need to be able, if you don't go to school and you're not formed and molded like clay to parrot certain narratives, you can actually think. You can actually use your brain and think from outside the box. These systems just actually stick you in it, and then you can't actually formulate a coherent thought because it goes against your programming. So they're just people. These are human beings. These are human beings, and then they put on a white coat. Oh, they must know everything because they're wearing a white jacket. Most of it's a grift. So take care of your health, do it yourself, and understand that these so-called experts don't know their ass from their elbow in most areas of their fucking life. If you're a doctor and you're fat, I'm not going to listen to a fucking thing you say about health. Why would I? You ever go to a doctor's office? You ever go to a doctor's office, see what they're eating? There's donuts and garbage everywhere because pharmaceutical reps are bringing in buffet tables from Panera Bread and shit all day long. Every day. Anyone ever work in medical billing or coding or work in a doctor's office? That's what, every single day. They never have to pay for food because pharmaceutical reps are just grifting and just bringing in garbage food all day long. They'll bring in Dunkin' Donuts. They'll bring in Panera. They'll bring in whatever all day long. They just bring in massive, and it's paid for. I know because like one of my close friends, does that kind of stuff. He does that kind of stuff. I don't believe in what he does. I mean, it's like garbage medication. They're bringing shit food all the time. There's always garbage. So, I don't know why that's legal, but it's just bribes. It's just essentially bribes. And they don't know anything about health. Actual health. They know how to prescribe medications. And they're incentivized to prescribe medications. They're actually, the medical system is incentivized to keep you sick. And most of these doctors, I would say honestly, a lot of them get into the field in order to help people, but they're not allowed to really help people. Because then you try to get someone to be healthy outside of the whole paradigm of insurance and outside the paradigm of pharmaceuticals, and then you're blocked or banned, or, you get smear pieces, or you get your licenses removed or threatened. Happens all the time, especially during the last 5 years and stuff, when doctors were like, I'm not injecting my patients with this experimental crap. And then they got ran out of their practice. It's evil. So take care of it yourself. Let's see. Let's get some comments. Ellie. People who aren't experts say you should listen to experts only when it supports their own ideology. Otherwise, they're ignored. So stupid. Mark says, when I worked in the hospital, all the doctors and nurses would always order food out, and yet they were telling people how to be healthy. And a lot of hospitals, I remember, one time, I think my grandfather, he had I forget if it was like a heart attack or something. And I remember going to visit him and walking right through the lobby of the hospital. I never go to hospitals, really. But I remember going, this was like probably this was a while ago. And I know a lot of it's still the same way, but you go into the hospital, in the lobby, there was a fucking McDonald's. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. There was like a gift shop, you get cards and little stuffed animals and all that shit. Fine. But there was a McDonald's right in the lobby. You walk right in on the left. There was a gift shop and a McDonald's. Why the fuck is there a McDonald's in a hospital? Because they keep you sick. You ever see the food? Any of you or your loved ones or people you care about, friends, you ever see like what food forget the McDonald's. You ever see the food that they feed patients? That would put you in the fucking hospital. It's like pasteurized, skim milk. It's cereal. It's all this garbage Jello. It's just garbage. It's trash. They don't even give you real fucking food. It's disgusting. And I've heard many stories. I've seen people do this. If you bring in actual food, they'll check it and they'll look over and they'll really freak out if you bring in food. But if you put healthy food in a McDonald's bag, they don't check it. Have you guys had that experience? I've seen people record this stuff and show videos and things. You'll bring in like a cooler and they'll look through the shopping bag and like, oh, we can't allow this. This is food. But if you put it in like a McDonald's or Burger King bag, they don't check. They don't even look twice, which is sinister. It's actually pretty evil, but. Ellie says, doctor's office, hospitals, yes, they're all full of junk food. The medical coding office I work in, my coworkers just finish their own junk food or furnish their own junk food. Karen says, oh yeah, our ICU break room is full of Krispy Kreme donuts, Bojangles, and all that crap. LET says, working front office for a CNP, we had reps bringing in cookies and junk food all the time. It was gross. Telling you. But what do I know? I'm just a bearded fucking... Oh, I'm just voicing some common sense and logic. Like, the whole evil of the COVID scam was if you got COVID, they were still trying to require you to get a vaccine. Imagine trying to force someone to take an experimental gene therapy after they already have the disease. It doesn't make any sense. That's like literally science 101. It doesn't make any sense. LET says the cafeteria is terrible. When we get free food for employee days, I ignore it. Yeah, it's like having a pizza party at Planet Fitness. Karen says, yep, there's a McDonald's in the lobby of the children's hospital that I used to work in. It makes me sick thinking about it.
Gaming.
It's gross. Love the feedback from all the nurses and people. Gina on YouTube says, yes, I'm a medical microbiologist, and this is true. Also, doctors love to give antibiotics to patients for bacteria or yeast that are part of your normal flora. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, Gina. You know, you take antibiotics. Antibiotics means anti-life. So it kills the good and the bad bacteria. As if all we're taught, or like, I guess you're lied to that like bacteria, keep the bacteria, antibacterial. Bacteria is bad. You're literally just, your entire body is bacteria. Bacteria is awesome. You need bacteria to digest. You need bacteria. You require it. You just don't want excessive amounts of certain types. You don't want an imbalance. And if you take antibiotics, it literally destroys your gut biome and then you have overgrowth. So, the same thing with milk, raw dairy, right? This whole demonization. You can't have raw dairy. That's dangerous for you. What are you talking about? If you've ever had raw dairy and milk, raw milk, and it starts to, quote, go bad, it's a little bit older, all it does is smell a little bit sweeter or slightly it goes bad, but it doesn't really, it's like, okay, this is not as fresh. That's all it is. It's just like, it's not as fresh as it was. If you have like skim milk that you buy from the store and it goes bad, it smells like vomit and it like makes you want to throw up because they kill all the beneficial bacteria in the dairy. And then you get the overgrowth of the shit that's left behind. But if you have raw dairy and it gets old, you throw it out, or maybe you don't have it, but you'll taste it and be like, it doesn't taste as fresh, but it doesn't smell like garbage. It lasts a lot longer. Okay. Bullyfish, have a whole new respect for you, Papa. Glad to know you share the same view when it comes to health services. It's just from my personal experiences. And I've talked to these doctors. I've seen it. Just use your eyes. Use your eyes. And that's the problem. People are just used to being, that's what happens when you go to school, AKA indoctrination. You're just told what to think. You're told not to analyze. You're told just to parrot whatever you're told to say, right? You want to pass a test, you want to get a good grade, then put this answer. Otherwise you're wrong. You can't critically think. I can use my fucking eyes and my brain because yes, I have a triple-digit IQ, shocking as that might be. And then you notice that why do they have a Burger King in a hospital? Why is my doctor's office sponsored by McDonald's? Why am I smelling garbage trash? Why at a doctor's office? Why are they handing out lollipops and shit? Why do they have candy at the front? It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You don't go to the hospital. You don't go to the doctor to be healthy. If you're healthy, you're not at the fucking doctor. I'm not saying don't get blood work once a year or whatever you want to do. Fine. I'm not saying if you have an actual existing condition, don't go anymore. But if you're frequenting, if you're punching your card, if you have frequent flyer miles from your fucking doctor's office, that's the problem. You don't go to a doctor to be healthy. If you're there, you have fucking problems. Aaron, as someone who worked in the hospital, this is sick care culture is problematic beyond belief. Frankly, I'd rather be in the lab than front facing. Yeah, I hear you. You're actually doing science, right? You don't feel, you're not grifting. You know, you have to imagine just, you sell your soul, right? And this is why I think this is the kind of like the double think. It's very Orwellian when it comes to the medical system, is that you know fundamentally that you're lying to people. You know you're not helping people. You know you're masking symptoms. You know you're actually just, you're not getting people better. So you have to justify your shitty behavior. You can't, you know, human beings, that's why, you know, people can't, it's hard to consciously know that you're lying to people. So you have to justify what you're doing. Well, I have to do it for this reason, and this is the right way. It's just you brainwash yourself so you don't feel guilty for what you're doing. I think that's a huge part of it. And I don't expect people to have my experience, but you know, it doesn't take much just to use your brain a little bit. Mark says, most of my family and their significant others are in the healthcare field. They all look horrible. Most of them are overweight. It's sick care indeed. Swole Monkey, I had a coworker try to argue that ibuprofen is perfectly fine just because his doctor prescribed it. People are complete idiots. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. You buy Motrin or whatever, ibuprofen over the counter, it's what, 200? You go to the doctor and they prescribe you 800. You could take 4 pills, or you could take, it's, hey, we'll give you more. We'll give you extra. Yeah. Ibuprofen used to have to be prescription, period. But then it became over the counter, which is a problem in itself. Destroys your gut biome. Loretta says, yep, we have a Tim Hortons Donuts in our hospital. It's gross. Ugh. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Well, thank you for the feedback from everyone that's actually in the industry. In short, don't go to the doctor, go to the fucking gym. That's great advice. That's great advice. Dropsets.db. What is the wisdom of the day? I guess that's the wisdom of the day. Don't go to the doctor, go to the fucking gym, right?
We choose truth over facts.
Not medical advice. I'm not telling people don't go to the doctor. But Papa Swolio, you're not a doctor. You're not an immunologist. No, I'm not an immunologist. But why would you give someone an experimental quote unquote vaccine? It's not a vaccine, it's gene therapy. But why would you give someone that after they got sick? It's like getting a flu shot after you got the flu. What are you talking about, dude? You already have full spectrum immunity. And then you take these things and it causes, you know, cancer and ovarian issues. Mama Swolio is a cosmetologist. She does hair, makeup, all this stuff. They call it, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if any of you, you know, are hairstylists or things like that, but they call it COVID hair. So all the women that were getting, you know, the gene therapy, their hair was falling out and thinning. It was like night and day. Call it COVID hair. Or vaccine hair, I should say. It's fucking wild. But it's totally normal. It's totally normal for professional athletes in their 20s and 30s dropping dead. It's totally normal for people just to sudden adult death disorder. It's just totally normal for just adults to just drop dead. It's totally normal for a 30-year-old just to die in his sleep. Totally normal. Nothing to see here. Oh, look at these soccer players. People like the best cardio in the fucking world. Like, oh, just heart attack. Huh, shit. Sudden. Just sudden. Who would have thought? Man, just starts happening randomly. What could be a reason? I don't know. I mean, who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? There must be something that changed, but man, what could it be? I'm not an immunologist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. My brain hasn't been programmed. I'm not a grifter, but I just can't figure it out. Just can't figure it out. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Sterling says, I had a friend who, quote, died suddenly, 30 years old, good health. Nah, it's totally normal. They probably caught the sudden adult death thing. That's normal. That's normal. Some people just drop dead. Some people just drop dead. It's normal for 8-year-olds to have heart inflammation. It's totally normal. Just a coincidence. Coincidental death disorder. Oh, well. Common sensologist. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. It's a good one. That's a good one. All right, there's my rant for the day. Anyway, the reason why that was kind of on the front and center is because I noticed I clicked on the search and I typed in Swolenormous, and then it brings up my account and then a couple of the latest videos. And I noticed that the one I just posted yesterday, by the way, new YouTube video on the Swolenormous channel, I noticed the one I posted yesterday was there, and then it skipped right to the carnivore one. Didn't even show it. Didn't even show didn't even show the other one. Huh. They hid the video. Shocker. So you have to go to the page and actually look at it. So much for getting views on YouTube again, right? But I'm still going to talk about what I want to talk about. Fuck those communists. Gina says, yes, ibuprofen will eat away the lining of your stomach as you keep using it. My mom has gastrointestinal problems because of it. Absolutely. And have you seen like the pictures when they send in like the, what do you call it? The scope and stuff. You see like that white, like, coagulated meshing that like lines like the gut and like the duodenum and shit. Like it gums up your intestines. It's disgusting. Not to mention it erodes. What is it? It eliminates it inhibits the hormone or the thing, the mucus lining inhibits like the stomach from producing the mucus lining. So you get like ulcers and shit like that too. Cuck tube, right on. Bumble Hunter says, my ex-wife used her medical decision-making power to give our kids the jab, develop all the shit effects. Yeah, me too, man. Jesus Christ. I think the greatest evil of all of this was like pregnant women. Can you imagine? That's the greatest evil, is a medical provider injecting a pregnant woman with an experimental. I can't, that makes me nauseous thinking about it. Forget the medical pregnant. Can you imagine a woman? What the fuck is going through your stupid fucking head to inject an experimental therapy when you're pregnant with a child? It's just the most nauseating thought. Makes me nauseous, actual nauseous. It's really gross. To be honest, any doctor that administered that to a pregnant woman should lose their license immediately. We can only hope. Ooh, Mark, brutal. May your ex-wife's armpits be infested by the fleas of 1,000 yaks. Yeah, may your ex-wife step on a Lego, bro. One of the small ones. One of like the 2x3s, you know, the little sharp one. Oof. Sterling says, I got the jab, sickest I've ever been, lesson learned. Yeah, it compromises your immune system. I know a bunch of people that got like a booster and then right after got pneumonia and got sick right after. But it couldn't be that. It couldn't be that. Yeah, just literally. It literally compromises your immune system. And it's so narrow focused that you get this and your body can't even defend against. Most of the people that I know, I think actually almost everyone that I know that got COVID or got, you know, the flu, whatever you want to call it, got the vaccine. Yeah. They had gotten that first. They didn't get it. They got the, you know, quote unquote vaccine, and then got, you know, has gotten COVID at least once, usually twice. Not to mention kids aren't even at risk of it, which is the worst. Hashtag Fef for a chance to win today's Swole card.
Yeah!
South Africa in the house. What up, South Africa? So let's get into A couple other questions. If you got questions, last chance on Instagram, last chance everywhere. We're going to continue the show on Rumble and YouTube, and we have a bonus segment for members. So make sure that you are ready for that. We got throwback DWGs and new balls deep edits. It's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. You're going to like it.
And that's the way, I
We're
like
gonna have some fun.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
To grow muscle without using any weights or gym equipment. Yes, of course. You can't progressively overload body weight the same way you can overload with weights. Sheena says, I only tested positive once because my employer required testing back then. I don't even test now because I would do the same no matter what illness I have, stay home and get rest. I've never done one test. Never done anything. Never done anything. All I did was get more sun, eat more liver, and I kept doing what I was doing. I never really get sick anyway. I rarely ever. And if I do, I'll get like a headache, or I'll get, be for a few hours, or it'll be for a day or something. And it's usually a hydration or some other issue. Like we talked about, I'll have some, I had old dairy one time. It was bad for a few hours. Don't consume don't consume frozen dairy that's been there for a year or two. Just some good advice. Not saying you can't, but you're not going to be happy with the outcome. I can guarantee it. Yeah. Hashtag don't drink old dairy. Unless it's kefir. That's all right. But this was like 2-year-old cream. So just don't drink 2-year-old cream and you'll be fine. I've never had any issue with raw food aside from old cream and old colostrum. And I say old because I didn't know it was old, but it definitely was. And I know because I drank it and it sucked. So there's that. Yeah. It's not, the worst part about it is the way that all that broke people's brains. Squeegee says, my dad stopped talking to me because I didn't get the jab. Ignorance is, here's the thing, and there's a famous, oh God, who said that famous quote? Strong men are offended by lies and weak men are offended by the truth. It's the same way with, there's people that I don't talk to because they're offended by the truth. If you're offended by the truth, you got to distance yourself from those people. So if and this is what we're talking about, someone was talking about like anabolics, this, that, and the other. If you're lying, if you lie about small things, what else will you lie about? So in my opinion, lying is that's the worst. It's just the absolute fucking worst. The truth matters. The truth matters. And I'll say things that I believe. And look, if I say something that I believe or I have an opinion, you don't have to agree with my opinion. You also don't have to like my opinion. That's irrelevant. But I'm going to tell you what I think. And you might not like what I think, and that's totally fine. You don't have to like everything. And you can still be friends with someone, or, you can still X, Y, and Z, even if you don't agree with every last thing. That's weird, right? If you agree with every last thing that someone says, it's okay to disagree about a couple things. But if you're offended by the truth and you don't want to see facts, then, you're a broken, weak person. And that's a kind of benign evil. You're avoiding the truth. So if you're offended by the truth, then just distance yourself from those people. You're better off without them, family or not. Just because they're family doesn't mean they're not retarded. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. So you can't choose who you're... Is it Marcus Aurelius? Yeah, the GOAT. I didn't want to inaccurately. Thank you for that, Marcus Aurelius. Okay, let's see. Loretta says, yeah, my family is completely divided by the vaccine issue. You know what I do respect? I respect people that have gotten or that took. Well, I don't want to call some of these things vaccines because they weren't. But if you did this and you can still have if you got the jab, so to speak, and you can still have an actual conversation about you regret doing this and I wish I didn't and X, Y, and Z, you're just being honest. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you got that. Oh, you're sucking. Everyone made their own decisions at the time. You might have information now that you didn't then. Whatever it is. I mean, you made the choice. But a lot of times, the reason why people double down on this is because they can't hold those two truths in their head. They can't admit to themselves that they made a mistake. Most people can't admit that they made a mistake. So everything has to be wrong because it goes against what they did. And they're scared and they're nervous and they're, so instead of actually addressing and facing the reality, they block it out and everyone else is evil. Everyone else is a conspiracy theorist and X, Y, and Z. So they can't imagine the fact that they might have injected their kids or themselves or X, Y, and Z and made a bad decision. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to have new information and to change your opinion on things. You should. If you have an opinion, regardless, and you cement and it's this way or it's no way and I'm never changing, then you can't really trust those people because they can't think objectively. Even when it comes to nutrition, right? I'm a big believer in meat, eggs, dairy, all this stuff. I'm not telling people not to be vegan. I just know I've done this kind of stuff and I see the lack of nutrition that people have when they go down these roads. So I'm not saying that it doesn't work maybe short term for certain people, but it's not the best choice. And I know because I've tried these things. So I speak on what I've had experience with. But it's important to learn things and change your mind. Change your mind. There's nothing wrong with it. And this is why when you have all these fat acceptance people online that they say, well, I'm losing weight, but here's why I'm still fat positive. It's you're trying to do both. You're lying to your people. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to your audience. So you can't lose weight because then you don't believe in fat positivity and body acceptance and blah, blah, blah. So you're trying to grift and lie to yourself. It's change your mind, change your approach. It's okay to come up with new information. You uncover new information, you have a realization, you change your position. That's actually more trustworthy. And then some people will say the opposite, right? Because you have the lie or the insidious nature of our society is well, you change your opinion. This person changes their opinion. They can't be trusted. They used to say this and now they say this. I like that. I like that if I see a video of someone, they used to say this. If they're in pursuit of actual truth and they're in pursuit of improvement, that's a good thing. That's an actual sign of, someone, when they gather new information, they're going to tell me the truth, because if they gather new information, that's why I leave the videos. I'm not embarrassed by them. I have videos of me eating candy and Sour Patch Kids and shit that I wouldn't eat today, and I haven't eaten for 7 or 8 years. I don't delete those videos. I don't want people to know I used to eat that shit. I don't give a fuck. I think it's even better because now, hey, I used to do that too, and now I don't. And here's why. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to learn. Sterling says, I won't change my mind that Democrats are retarded. Well, that's because they are retarded. So until they prove otherwise, that's correct. Okay, let's read some comments. Let's see. That's a good question. The question is, who or what determines absolute truth? Well, that's the thing. Humans have in general this God complex that anything that we decide or determine is true. I mean, think about even 50 or 100 years ago, what people thought were true and what the medical industry was. People used to get sick and die from surgeries because doctors didn't wash their fucking hands until someone's there are things called germs. And everyone's you're a quack. There's little tiny things. Now we know that to be true. So we only know what we know until we don't know it anymore. And that's another famous quote is that, what was that, Socrates or Aristotle or something? The more I learn, the more I know, I realize I know nothing. Yeah. So you know what you know, what's taking you in this direction until you learn more. There's a lot that we don't know. We don't know much about the universe. We don't know much about medicine. We think we do. We don't. We don't know about the mind. We don't know about consciousness. We just don't know these things. We don't know. So when doctors and people come out, this is 100% safe and effective. Well, that's a lie. Absolutely nothing in this world is 100% safe. Nothing. Driving a car isn't 100% safe. Walking down the street isn't 100% safe. Nothing, not one single thing is 100% safe. That was that's the biggest red flag. And that's the most disgusting thing. If that wasn't just fucking a Chinese parade of red flags, I don't know what else is. And that's the problem. Cerny says only one person in my family got it. She regrets it every day. She couldn't afford to lose her job. People can. People can. That's the thing. You have to live the rest of your life because you sold your integrity down the river for your job. And this is why a lot of people have to convince themselves that everyone else is wrong because they can't live with the fact that they sold themselves out, essentially. But you can make peace with yourself for that by making better decisions moving forward and, sharing your story and changing. But a lot of people dig their heels in. No, it can't be wrong. Nothing I did wrong. Everyone else is mean. It's okay to have more information. And look, everyone's got regrets with something. The goal is to minimize your regrets. You have to choose your regrets. You're always going to have regrets. If you choose doing one thing, you're not doing the other. If you go to the movies, you're not reading a book. If you're going to the beach, you're not going to the zoo. Are you going to regret not going to the zoo? If you think you are, then just go to the fucking zoo. Or, those are not big deals, but you have to choose your regrets in life. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it's an easy decision either. I'm not saying it was an easy decision. So I'm not saying that if you did that, maybe it was the right decision for you and you still would have made it again. And it's your life. I'm just saying, Yeah. Aaron says, I think our penance for the shot is to educate ourselves and everyone else. But you live and learn, right? You live and learn. The evil is people that did that and then are forcing their will. And again, we all agree that's the problem, right? People that did it, and then because they did it, everyone else had to comply too, because they felt guilty for taking it and they didn't want to take it and they're scared. So they force everyone else. And that's what weak people do. Weak people try to control other people. That's what authoritarianism, and totalitarianism is. It's the expression of weakness. It's the expression of essentially a feminized society. It's wielding power because essentially you're just a broken person. So, heavy topic, but I think it's important. Okay, thanks for being here. Let's move on to some balls deep. If you're watching on Instagram, click the link in bio. Come on over to the Daily Swole podcast on Rumble and YouTube. Buy one, get one 50% off all merch, hats, everything over there, papaswolio.com. And let's continue the show. Sweet. All right, let's actually we're not there yet. We're going to go balls deep, but we're not. Let's load up. Deep. We'll load up the Telegram. That way it's already streaming, so I don't forget to do it when we hit overtime. All right, so that's live. All right, so let's move into some BD. What do we got? Oh, yeah. We got some stuff on Instagram. Let's see here. What else we got? Let's do this one. This is from, I guess we didn't do it yesterday. All right, we got a nice little clip. We'll get this started. This is a clip from Jim Brewer. And it'd be funny if it wasn't so true, but let's check out this little clip right over target. And it's kind of based on what we were talking about somewhat. Let's play it.
It's so amazing to watch a child grow up in front of your eyes, and you try to do everything you can for your children. It's like, I'm going to college, Dad. I'm going to go to Florida. I got a university. And I dropped her off, and I saw her whole life go in front of me. I sobbed like a baby. My wife's like, oh, please, I can't wait to get the other ones out of the house. We can start to live again. Trust me, it's going to be good. You still got your Batman outfit? Yeah. You got Wonder Woman? All right. And I couldn't wait because hear from my kid. And she came back 6 weeks later from college. Never forget it. She walked right through and she was going, sexist, racist, racist, sexist, sexist, racist, racist, gender, 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 gender. Can't say that. Can't say. You can't say that. LGBTQ2, LGBTQ2, LGBTQ. Rights. Gay rights, people rights, human rights, sexist, racist. Can't say that. You can't say that. No, it's not. That's not what it means. Yes, you can. Racist, sexist, gender. All I said was good morning.
Hard to laugh at that when it's so fucking true. Again, when you're sending your kids to college, look, if your child absolutely for what they want, don't, and I'm telling you, I wish I did the same thing. If your kid does not know exactly what they want to do, they should not be going to college. They should not be going to college. Do not let them go to college to figure shit out. That's the worst place to figure shit out. Have them get a fucking job. Have them work in an industry that they're interested in. Get an apprenticeship or do something that they're interested in. And then if you're like, oh, I was kind of like, delivering mail in a legal office and I really like the way, then they can go to law school, Fine. Oh, I worked in I did X, Y, and Z in a medical office, and then, ooh, I really want to be then go, then they can go. It's the stupidest fucking thing. You're putting literally and the problem is if you don't know what the fuck you want to do through high school, what's the point of high school? You're not exposing them to the world at all. How can you possibly be fucking 18 years old? I don't know what I want to do. Okay, fine. You should be working since you're fucking 12 or 13, just doing like little things here and there. Go experience the world. Go make some money. Go learn how to make money and the value of hard work. Going to college is a waste of time, especially nowadays. It's a waste of time. You're getting into ridiculous, crippling debt for a worthless degree that doesn't mean shit. You could actually be working and investing and buying Bitcoin or investing in the market or whatever it is. You could be working, being in the positive rather than just going and partying and taking gender studies 101 stupid shit. It's an absolute scam. An absolute scam. And this doesn't mean that you're supposed to know what I don't know what I want to do. Oh my God, I don't know what I want to do. Fine. But high school is not helping you figure out what you want to do. High school is it's stunting your growth, your emotional growth. It's just making you retarded. The indoctrination system is literally just telling you how to answer back. Are you a good cog in the machine? Okay, now you can go and get into debt. Cool. Now what do I do? People get out of college and I don't know what I want to do. I went to college and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I want to be I guess I'll just do personal training. I could have definitely been a personal trainer out of high school. I don't need to go to fucking college for that. I learned more on my own in college than from the classes. I learned about fitness and exercise because I was obsessed. So I learned on my own. The classes were holding me back. It was wasting my time. I wanted to spend it in the gym. And I was reading kinesiology books and doing all this stuff and obsessing about lifting and building muscle. And, my dorm was right next to the gym. That would have been nice. I'm grateful that I didn't have like excessive debt from college, but I had enough to like hang over my head for 10, 15 years because I was deferring it because I wasn't making enough money as a personal trainer. So I kind of put it off. Garbage. I was working. I got my first job at 11, 12. Anyway, waste of time. Absolute waste of time. Let's see. We've seen this kind of picture before, but it says people who are obsessed with celebrities may be less intelligent, study suggests. Well, I can wrap that up and say they are less intelligent. If you're obsessed with celebrities, you are absolutely retarded.
Matt Damon.
I love how I have a study. Studies suggest that people who are obsessed with celebrities may be less intelligent. You think? You need a study for that? But The Bachelorette is on. Love Island. These people are retarded. It's my guilty pleasure. You're just wasting your fucking time. It's junk food for your brain. It's retarded. I don't have the whole story. I mean, the whole story on this. This was posted by Dr. Simon Godek. This is about, I don't know what the fuck is happening with all this yet. This is from yesterday. The FDA just fully approved, speaking of the clot shot, the FDA has just fully approved Moderna's mRNA COVID shot for use in children. How is this possible? How is this possible? After all this, how is this even fucking remotely close to being possible? Anyway, you have a choice in the matter. Don't give your kids this poison. And I shared this on a couple different platforms. Oof, this is a tough one. You have to pick one. Fam, what do you think? Never go to the gym again. Ooh. Or never eat steak again. All right, so on X, it's 67.3% would never eat steak again versus the gym. Ooh. Now, I didn't say beef. You could get granular with this. You'd be like, well, you didn't say ground beef. You didn't say ground beef. You didn't say, like, what are we defining as steak? So I hear you. You didn't say burgers. I said steak. I just posted this just to see. Mark says, is suicide an option? Yeah. Oof. Yeah, fuck you for that question. I know. That's a tough one. I think a lot of people are saying, he always tells people to go to the fucking gym. So I'm going to choose never eat steak again. Oof. That's a good point. Loretta says, can we just rename steak? Yeah, I said steak, not beef. If you take me literally, then I guess it's just like ribeyes and strip loins. You can still have ground beef. And how am I defining going to the fucking gym? I'm talking about training in general or an actual commercial gym. You can get, some of you are going to dodge this one. You're going to become lawyers immediately. Well, the prosecution has stated steak. You didn't say beef. And you could have different types of steak. Aaron's over there eating his fucking turkey bacon like, I'm totally fine over here, bro. I'm totally fine. I'm eating my carrot, my banana peel bacon. It's like, I'll make it out of banana peels. It's totally cool. Turkey bacon, bro. Turkey bacon. When I'm president, I'm going to ban turkey bacon. Bacon only comes from a pig. I'm going to ban turkey bacon. Turkey is only acceptable at Thanksgiving. Fucking turkey bacon. Now I'm angry about the turkey bacon. I didn't mean to call you out, Aaron. Actually, I totally did. Turkey bacon. Fucking turkey bacon with lamb. That's just a turkey bacon with lamb. It's like if you go to a restaurant, like, I'll have a plate of sadness. Do you have any depression here? I'm looking for something to... I'm looking for a little bit... Do you have like, maybe like depression? Do you have like a side of misery? Can I get turkey bacon and lamb? Lamb's good. I'm just trolling. But when I hear turkey bacon, I just get like my blood pressure. I start getting angry. I just start getting a little bit angry. Even the turkeys are like, we don't have any bacon. Oh, we have an Abbey Dull video. We're going to follow up. We're going to finish with that. All right, let's get into... Holy shit. This one's... All right, let's move on. We got to do overtime, so let's do this one. Taxpayer-funded show on PBS targeting children. As opposed to what? As opposed to what? This one's really going to piss some of you off. So, jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Holy shit.
Get your singing voices ready. And we're going to start with our hips. The hips.
Are there any women here today?
Swish, swish, swish. Swish,
I didn't like him
swish,
anyway.
Swish.
He wasn't right in the head.
Drag, then go shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The mouth on the drag queen goes blah, blah, blah. All through the town.
What the fuck is that?
So this is an old video, but it says from April 1st, 2021. Never forget what they took from us. That's right. While they were injecting you and your kids and forcing you to forcing you to comply or lose your jobs, they were brainwashing your children for kids ages 3 through 8. Sick, twisted pedophiles. All right. Let's do another one. This one's called Cultural Diet. Cultural Diet.
What's in the box?
Let's see what we got here.
I'm so sick of doctors telling Asian people with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance that they need to cut out rice or noodles or any grains or carbs.
Carbs. I'm tired of Well, if you have type 2 diabetes, probably a good idea. Why you have a type 2 diabetes? Why?
Rice is a staple in the Asian diet. Same with noodles, bread. It's like, what do you expect him to eat? Quinoa? And the fact that doctors have such little nutrition training, like, why are you giving nutrition advice? Just refer to a dietitian. And
yeah, dietitians don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. We're going to do an Abbey Dull video after this, and I'll prove it to you. So dietitians, yeah, don't listen to doctors. Go to a dietitian. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. So, if you have type 2 diabetes, you should probably not be consuming high insulin impact, insulin spiking foods. So this is what? Is this her at? PCOS Freedom Dietitian. Yep, got all the buzzwords. PCOS is literally an insulin resistance issue. So, yeah. There's that. I'm not going to listen to anyone that talks like that, by the way.
Telling you that you don't need to cut out carbs and you don't need to cut out your cultural foods. We will teach you how to...
You do need to cut out your cultural foods. Your cultural foods. Then keep your diabetes. Who gives a fuck? Then have diabetes and shut the fuck up. Seriously. If you have diabetes, you shouldn't be pounding carbohydrates. Can we all agree on that?
Balanced meals with your cultural foods so that you can balance your blood sugar levels, balance your hormones, and improve your insulin resistance and health.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just have your diabetes in balance and still eat your cultural foods. Fuck your culture. Fuck your culture. I don't give a shit. Then keep your diabetes. Just shut the fuck up. Why do you have to be like, are you like pro-diabetes now? Don't be so anti-blood sugar. Am I a hemoglobinist now?
Don't need to cut out carbs. In fact, cutting out carbs can actually be dangerous because you can have low blood sugar levels and that causes lightheadedness, dizziness, carb cravings, which may lead to binge eating. And
you have type 2 diabetes, you cunt.
In worst cases, for type 1 and type 2 diabetes, it can lead to a coma. Unless they've done specific extra nutrition training, don't trust doctors with their nutrition. Ask them to refer on to a culturally inclusive dietitian.
I've never heard that term in my life, and I wish I didn't. A culturally inclusive dietitian. Holy shit.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
A culturally inclusive dietitian. I'll leave that. I'll just leave that right there. Right there. I'll leave it. A culturally inclusive dietitian. Mr. Miyagi say, don't eat too many carbs. Diabetes. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Jesus Christ. Learn how to speak first. Okay. We got one more. It's fucking lit already. Let's do the Swole card. We'll do let's do this one first. Yes. And then we'll do the Abbey Dull video, and then we'll go into overtime. So let's give this card away first. We got one more. It's coming. It's Friday. All right, we got a winner today. It rhymes. It's Friday, and today it is PK. Congratulations. All right. Positive charisma. Very, very nice. Miyagi say, very good. Very, very good. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3353 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations. Positive charisma. And I will say for the record, dude, that is catastrophic open anus, dude. That is a catastrophic expulsion. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like nice and cold, air-conditioned shit. That's fucking gross, man. That's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. All right, Abbey Dull. Let's see what this retarded cunt has to say. Here we go.
What's in the box?
Oh, I love the smell of cotton. It smells like cotton and shit now.
A few things I would never buy in Costco. Let's go.
Another day, another uncredentialed wellness influencer fear-mongering foods at Costco.
Again, okay, let's talk about this dumb bitch because we know that she's a dumb bitch. She said so in a recent Balls Deep. We know it. You fucking face. God, I hate your
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
All right. Another, what'd she say? Uncredentialed wellness influencer. Well, guess what? If they're credentialed, you know what's funny is being over-credentialed and flaunting your credentials is the fastest way for me to know that you're full of fucking shit and that you don't know what you're talking about and that you don't have an objective point of view. If you flaunt your certifications. Now, I'm not saying this for myself, but notice how I don't have any of my shit fucking like anywhere. People ask me because it doesn't fucking matter. Yes, I have education. Yes, okay, I got certifications and shit because I had to be a personal trainer and I have a degree. Like I don't flaunt it because I'm not proud of it. It didn't give me any of the knowledge that I have. I swear to God, it didn't give me anything. It has nothing to do with what I know. In fact, it's like the fact that I have them, I can say like, yeah, it was a requirement for certain things, but it's a waste of time. It doesn't mean that you have any wisdom. It doesn't even mean that you have knowledge. It doesn't mean that you're good at anything that you fucking do. So the fastest way for me to know that you're full of shit is the fact that you're promoting your credentials and, oh, someone who's uncredentialed. Well, let's hear what this person has to say and what she disagrees with, because I guarantee it's probably going to be right over target and she's just an idiot, which we already know.
Serve fear-mongering foods at Costco. Another uncredentialed wellness influencer fear-mongering foods at Costco.
Fear-mongering foods at Costco, because what could be bad at Costco? Costco only has good foods. It's like 98% shit, just like Whole Foods. If you have credentials, it shows me, and you're flaunting it, it just shows me that you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed and you're compromised if you're putting all your fucking letters and shit after your name. And by the way, you don't need a credential to be speaking the fucking truth. You don't need to be credentialed to say something that's accurate. You don't need to be credentialed. Would I need to have a PhD in physics to know that acceleration is negative 9.8 meters per second per second? And I say the negative because there's a vector with a velocity. I don't need a fucking PhD to learn about physics. I've learned more about physics not taking a physics class. Physics class sucks. I hated that shit. But I enjoy it when I look, when I read books. I read books about the stuff because it's interesting. All right. What an idiot. Let's go.
Abbey Sharp, I'm a registered dietitian. Let's snuff out the BS rapid fire edition.
Oatmeal horses. Horses eat oatmeal, not humans.
Oatmeal. Yeah, pretty garbage. Tons of phytic acid and ultra processed and digest like a fucking brick. So bingo. Look at her. Oatmeal.
Horses also love apples and carrots. So does that mean they're bad for humans?
Carrots can literally fuck off and die. So yeah, Abbey Sharp. Abbey Dull.
No. Oatmeal is an affordable, nutritious whole grain shown to reduce cholesterol.
Yeah, and we also know Aaron, right? Aaron just said, we're speaking of cholesterol, read the book, The Great Cholesterol Myth. What a fucking scam. It's a whole grain and nutritious. Oatmeal is peasant food. Oatmeal is peasant slop.
Doesn't have to be such a scary thing. Next.
Guys, if you like seed oil and you like an inflamed gut, please buy these.
Honestly, I see this as a great convenience option to add.
I have no idea what he was picking up. A high fiber salad? Yeah, salad. It's what my fucking food eats.
17 grams of protein to a high fiber salad.
I don't know. I couldn't see what he was holding up.
No, seed oils don't inflame the gut.
Enjoy your engine lubricants. Coming from someone who probably doesn't know the first fucking thing about seed oils. Do you guys think you should be consuming engine lubricant? I love how she was going to pick up some fucking study, one fucking thing. No, seed oil, right? Like just the way she says it, it's just, no, they don't. Oh, thank you, Abbey. Oh, thank you, Abbey. For someone that says so many retarded fucking things, the fact that anyone believes this twat is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Grams of protein to a high fiber salad. And no, seed oils don't inflame the gut.
They do.
Also haven't even been shown to increase inflammation.
Jesus Christ, just go and look at people that eat seed oils. Just go and look and tell me that they're not inflamed. I can't. Let's go.
Look at this. There's like 15 ingredients in each of these.
I mean, with 7 grams of fiber and 15 grams of protein, plus tons of micronutrients, I would argue that Goodles is one of the most nutritious boxed mac and cheese products on the market.
Oh my God. I already thought this. Look, I have to pause it. I'm so sorry, guys. I already thought she was mentally, she's so fucking retarded. I can't say it nicely, you know? I could be like, well, you shouldn't have, you know, look, I mean, I'm not trying to have a educational debate right now. It's like, you shouldn't have all these ad hominem attacks. I can't help it. She's a dumb bitch. I can't help it. I don't care if it gets banned. I don't care if people don't like the podcast. I don't care if people unsubscribe. I cannot help it. That's so fucking sinister. Let's go back to that part. Goodles, never heard of it, probably because I don't eat garbage. So the guy's talking about there's 15 ingredients. It's boxed mac and cheese. She's gonna say with 7 grams of fiber. First off, it's fiber, ER, you Canadian twat. Spelling it fibery. Okay. Oh, you're so fancy. And 15 grams of protein. Again, this is like saying, you know, granola, whoa, there's 7 grams of protein each. It's incomplete proteins and it's not bioavailable. You can't just look at these fractional little, like, and she's stupid. I don't think she's evil. I just think she's retarded. Because you can't just look at the back and like, well, that's 15 grams of protein. That's not the same as eating an egg, all right? It's not the same. It's not the same. It matters. People don't understand what fucking proteins are. People, when they say like, oh, this has vitamin C. Did you know there's like 250 types of vitamin C? And some of them are bad for you. Like, you know, there's different compounds. These are people that don't understand what fucking organic chemistry. There's a ton of different compounds and arrangements of a single molecule. Not all vitamin C, not all protein is like the actual fundamental. It's like a certain chain of amino acids. That's called a protein. Not all proteins are the same. Right? You guys take science class and medical, right? You know, protein and IN at the end. That's the suffix for a protein. That doesn't mean that it's just like, well, let me just eat more of that. That's going to help me get jacked. It's not all the same. There are many different types of proteins. It's just a category of a fucking molecular structure. Mook is not strong enough. That's one of my favorite words. She's a munt. She's a fucking mook cunt. I can't even... She's a kook. That's a good one too. Fucking... We're not even halfway through this video. Can you believe it? I do appreciate, look, if we're trying to, like, I think Abbey Dull has the highest retardation per second of any video that we've ever watched. It's so chock full of retard. We're 49 seconds in, and I know we've been spending like 10 minutes on this. Just the retard to length video is just, I mean, the ratio is out of control. She packs so much into such a short period of time. It's unreal. It's impressive to be, it's actually, I respect it. I respect how much she packs into this video. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so eat your fucking Goodle, eat your boxed mac and cheese, you fucking idiot.
The protein plus tons of micronutrients. I would.
Yeah. Tons of micronutrients. Where? Show me the micronutrients in Goodles. I've never even heard of this shit. In boxed mac, tons of micronutrients. You're an idiot. Another one. God, look at her fucking face. You could tell there's just vapid. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. This is why Canada should never be. We don't need Canadian. We don't need Canada as a 51st state. We love our Canadians, but I don't want these people voting in our elections. Can you imagine adding this idiot? Can you imagine her like voting in your election? No. Stay. Just fucking have fun with your igloos and shit and your moose. Just stay where you are. All right.
Argue that Goodles is one of the most nutritious boxed mac and cheese products on the market.
That's like saying this is the most nutritious piece of shit out of all the dog shit at a dog park. That's what she's saying. This is one of the most nutritious piece of shit. That's what she's saying. This is one of the nutritious boxed mac and This is arguably the most nutritious boxed mac and cheese products on the market. That's like saying this is the best tasting piece of dog shit at this dog park. What do you, that's not a, like, you're talk about setting the bar low, bruh. Should we look up what's in, what's that? I've never heard of a Goodle. Ingredients of Goodles? Goodles, the healthier pasta that actually passed my family's taste test. Okay, let me bring this up. Hold on a second. Goodles. I don't know if this is the same, literally the same, but let's bring this over here. All right, what we got for Goodles? Is that pulling up? Okay. Ingredients, Goodle noodles. Okay. Wheat flour, chickpea protein, wheat protein, nutrients extracted from broccoli, spinach, kale, pumpkin, sweet potato, sunflower seeds, cranberry, chlorella. Is this all just like Goodles noodles? Like what? Oh, they add, I don't even know. This is on parentheses. Buttermilk, salt, shiitake. This sounds disgusting, by the way. Tapioca flour, dried maple syrup, lactic acid. It sounds gross. That just sounds disgusting. And guess what? You know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? She might be right. Maybe that is the healthiest boxed mac and cheese on the market. But guess what's not healthy? Any of the fucking boxed mac and cheese. So it's like, again, it's like, hey, this is the least shitty option of this shitty fucking food. That's not something that people should be eating, bruh. Let's continue. We're not even a minute through. We got, I'll have to stop it again. I have to pause because we're not going to be able to go through all the retard after watching the whole thing.
And once you take away the vegetable extracts, the ingredients are basically everything you would add to a homemade mac.
Oh my.
No, it's not. What's this?
My wife loves chips. Look, it's simply protein, and there's 7 grams of protein.
Again, seed oils, not a problem.
I'll just let that one marinate. Whatever.
As for the chips, 7 grams of protein is pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty impressive. It just matters what's on the label. Incomplete proteins, not bioavailable proteins, as if all proteins created equal. Again, this is a very, very dumb person. I don't know how she has followers. It's embarrassing, and it's a disgrace to any kind of nutrition. It's just disgusting.
7 grams of protein is pretty impressive and would totally make a great balanced snack to pair with like a cottage cheese dip and some baby carrots.
Yeah, it's a great meal. That's a great meal. Let me eat these protein chips with cottage cheese and baby carrots. I can talk about like the most disgusting combination of foods that you can imagine. I feel bad for the cottage cheese.
I can't even count that many.
Oi, not everyone has time to whip up homemade egg bites on the fly. And
Yeah, it's so brutal. Hard boiling eggs takes so long. Oh my God. Who has 10 minutes? Who has 10 minutes? Who has 10 minutes to make a fucking egg? Eggs are so complicated. It's so hard to eat healthy. Not everyone has time to whip up some eggs on the fly. You don't have 5 fucking minutes? I will make a plate of eggs. Like from 0 to done in 5 minutes. Not everyone has fucking time. On the fly. How about planning your day? On the fly. If your nutrition is on the fly, yeah, you're a fat fuck that doesn't manage your time properly.
honestly, I see these as a great, easy, convenient, high-protein breakfast option.
Thanks for cutting. I don't even know what the hell he was holding. I'm assuming he was holding some sort of eggs. Okay. I don't know. Egg bite? I don't know. Whatever.
I thought chicken breast is just chicken breast.
It should be. It should be. And usually, again, before she even opens her stupid mouth, most chicken is low quality, right? It's grain-fed. It's GMO. It's injected with mRNA vaccines. Like, most chicken is low quality shit. How do I know? I used to eat it. I had nasty heartburn until I cut it out and moved to grass-fed and finished beef. It does matter. What your food eats absolutely 100% matters. So if you're saying it doesn't matter what your food eats or what you put in your meals, that means a human being can eat whatever they want because it doesn't matter what you put in. We know that's false. What your food eats is very important. This God complex on this woman is insane.
How come there's like 6, 7, 8 ingredients in here?
Honestly, I would rather have a meal with a solid source of lean protein that has more ingredients than like grabbing croissant because I don't have time to like roast a whole bird in the middle of my workday.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Now, I don't know what those other ingredients were. Maybe they're preservatives. Maybe it was like chicken. You know, maybe it was chicken. Maybe it said salt or pepper. Like, I don't know what the guy was holding because she's not explaining it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Abbey? Abbey, what you say, Abbey? If the day.
This is not a real protein bar. There's
No
3
shit.
different types of seed oil in there.
This guy's a bit of a broken record, so I guess I'll have to be too. Seed oils are not the problem. And
Seed oils aren't the problem. Ultra-processed industrial waste products are not a problem. Coming from a registered dietitian, I'm so glad that you spent all that money and time learning how to be a retard. You could have been a retard for free. You didn't have to pay all that money, Abby. You could have been a retard. It costs zero money to be this fucking stupid.
flaxseed oil is actually loaded with omega-3 heart-healthy fats. So clearly, someone didn't do their research. Shouldn't be a controversial take here, but I would say trust healthcare professionals like dietitians.
There you go again. I said it 1,000 times, broken record, especially with the content we did earlier in the show. Trust healthcare professionals like dietitians. Holy shit. Trust the science. Trust the experts. Like Abby Retard over here. Trust the that's literally what she's saying. Trust the experts. Does this not piss everyone off? Like, this is infuriating how she has so many subscribers and so many followers and people that listen to this like, yeah, trust the experts. Yeah. She's a fucking moron. Again, I don't think she's... It's hard, man. It's hard. Like I mean, this is like evil in itself, but it's like, I feel like she's just so stupid. I don't think she's, you know, the line between retarded and evil is, because there's the banality of evil. There's like the people that are just, the cognitive dissonance is just so fucking dense. It's actually like a form of evil in itself, right? The omission of any kind of like objective thinking and intelligence and, I don't know, basic critical thought is like I don't even know like what to say for this. I would say trust healthcare professionals like dietitians. Sure. Trust them all. You got letters after your name. You paid 9% APR on your student loan. I'm going to trust you. Most of these idiots take out retarded loans for these stupid fucking degrees. They don't even know. they get absolutely like ass fucked with their student loans. And then we're going to trust you on what? This like it's protein cracker. You get in debt to be lied to. And then I got to trust you because you have some sort of fucking letters after your name.
Confident men in the grocery store who call themselves insane names like Ribeye Rob. Next.
Okay. Again, this is the appeal to authority, which is sinister. So I guess that guy's name is Ribeye Rob. And I will say, yeah, I love ribeyes. That's okay. Ribeye Rob. Yet you have Abbey's Kitchen. Abbey's Kitchen. I trust Ribeye Rob over Abbey's Kitchen any day of the week. So she's going to make fun of this guy for having ribeye in his name. And she's going to have Abbey's Kitchen. And she's telling you to eat ultra-processed industrial seed oils and fucking toxic waste. Yeah, I will not be eating what you have done to stunt your own fucking IQ and development. Oh, man, what a grifter. What a fucking lie. What an absolute scam. What a fucking retard. What is it? I mean, is it the confidence? Is it the confidence of how she says things? Like, there's something about her and the way she talks. It's not just what she says. It really generates like, I feel like because she's like the embodiment of complete just ignorance. Just complete ignorance and no critical thought. Nothing, there's nothing going on, just a vapid waste because everything she puts out is stupid. It's all wrong. It's like the exact, how can you literally, you know, it takes, how would I say this? It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be 100% wrong. You know? Like you could be kind of wrong or like, oh, she's a little bit off. Like it's like intentional, like to be literally 180 degrees, to be 100%, like exactly the opposite of what she says. So if you follow her account, just literally do exactly the opposite and you're going to be great. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not sure if it's evil or retarded. I'm not sure what percentage. I feel like it's definitely retarded. But like, you actually like have to try to be that exactly opposite is my point. You know, it's hard for that to be accidental, to be that like absolutely like perfectly wrong. All right, let's get into the overtime. Time to wrap this up. Let's get into it. Are you ready, Beaches? Let's do it. Head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat.
Finish him.
We're going to have some throwbacks and some brand new balls deep edits. It's going to be a good time. I promise you. So head on over there. Thanks for being here. And like, subscribe, share the show with your friends, all that good stuff. So let's get into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We'll start in 2 minutes. We got new balls deep edits and throwback DWGs. And Canada, you should be ashamed of yourself, Canada. You should be ashamed for producing that kind of stupidity. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame.
All right, fam,
Shame.
Let's get it started. Overtime starts
Shame.
in 2 minutes. Thanks for being here, and we will see you over there. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swole. Out.
Hey. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like, whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, wish that I care, but I don't. And I swear, if you want, we can flow. Coming ready for the smoke. Murder, she wrote, but I don't even dare. I got places to go, coming ready for the show. Sacred the goat, we got royal affairs. We gon' win on the low, coming ready for the glow. You taking notes, have a seat, take a chair. You may think that we cold, coming ready for the snow. Try to bear the weight, but it's too heavy. Try to get away, but it's too deadly. Gotta keep it sharp, so we stay edgy. Can I get ahead, so we stay ready? Coming at me, that's sad, that's joke. I cannot believe these lies, I'm woke. All that agree, but why you broke? When y'all need, come get your folk. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like, whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, I don't ever sit back, I'ma go and get that. I just wanna give back, people call me Big Black. I just got my whip back, asked me when I got here, told her that I've been back. Brought a couple wins back, double cup of no act. I don't really have beef, but I'm still a Big Mac. And you know I got green, now we bridging the gap flow with me and my team. Cause we know how to scrap when you making a scene. Came up from the dirt, yeah, I know my worth. No, I will not sell, niggas gotta work. Do not kiss and tell, no, I do not serve. But I'll ride these waves, so get up off my turf. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa.
All right, are we wigging out? Here we go. Excellent. Let's move into overtime. I love how we go to overtime and then all of a sudden, like, shit kind of tweaks out a little bit. I think we're still